Wait, okay, this is move 4.
7 weeks ago, our family packed up our life into boxes. Not just the things we needed, but the things we thought we needed. We moved from house to house 4 times in 7 weeks with our 3 kids. We had no plan, no routine, just chaos. And yet, somewhere in the noise, the mess, the messiness of not really knowing what was coming next, I found something I didn't really expect. There's a kind of clarity that comes from being untethered, from living with less, and from being forced to slow down. This is not a video about moving, or minimalism, or motherhood. It's a story about what uncertainty quietly teaches you, about how not having a plan can sometimes be the plan. Because when everything starts to feel unstable, you start to see what really holds you together.
This is the 4th and final house we're gonna move into before we move into our new house. We've been traveling around with this huge box of kitchen stuff. It's kind of been like our pantry all summer. And it's kind of insane. When we first packed this was filled to the top. And now that I've moved around to 4 different houses, I recognize just how crazy this is. Because like, you don't need to travel around with 2 packs of dates or walnuts. Maybe you need chocolate, but one thing that I've really recognized after moving around so much this summer with the kids is how much you actually need. I'm gonna attempt to use some of this stuff so that I can use it up before we move again. I'm gonna make fruit and nut bars for the kids for their goûter today, which is basically just chopped up fruit and dried nuts. And you mix it with 2 eggs and then bake it, and it makes like granola bar, I guess, except all that's in it is dried fruit and nuts. One thing that I learned this summer is that everything is perfectly fine when you have less. And it was okay if there was like a half a day or a couple days where we didn't have that thing. And I think that when you have kids, you get into this mindset that you like need everything to be stocked and you need your pantry full and you need your fridge full. But it was really freeing for me to just have less and to know that like, if I needed anything, I could just go out and get it. Some of the ways in which we've been living this summer, we'll carry with us to our new place. Some of the things will probably fall away. But whether we stick with it or not, I think it's important to just take these moments where you challenge the way that you've been living before and break out of old patterns, because then it gives you the time and the space to reflect on what you really need for your family at this moment in time, because it's constantly changing.
Every new place we entered brought a little hit of uncertainty. How would everyone adjust? Sleep? Would the pillows be too soft or too hard or have a weird smell? In the space of the unknown, I made grand plans. I envisioned perfect mornings, taking advantage of the place we were in. I made a summer bucket list, and it was filled with activities and cool new experiences. As it turns out, that was exhausting, and most of those plans went to hell. What actually happened was we slowed down. We did less, spent more time at whatever home we were in, and were more spontaneous. We read books together, cooked together, took naps together, and made plans with friends in the moment when we wanted to. In the end, all the uncertainty I tried to fill in with plans and schedules was what gave us the space for presence. So this week, all the kids started either school or creche. I'm just going to pick up one of them now. After this summer of we're moving closer and closer towards certainty and regularity and scheduling and obligations. There's just going to be more that we're going to be doing with the kids for school, and all the doctor's appointments and everything are coming back. And we're going to be moving into our new house where we have a lot of plans for renovation. And the one thing that I just want to keep with us from this summer is the clarity and the space that we allowed for ourselves. It's funny because everything was so chaotic, and because it was so chaotic and uncertain, it forced us to make changes and to live more simply and to give ourselves space to make connections. And I don't want to forget that as we move into this next chapter, because I'm craving again to have more regularity and to have a schedule and for things to feel a little bit more predictable. But I know that sometimes you can get stuck in those patterns and just go on auto drive. And I don't want to do that. I want to really be in the moment, live day to day, and that's the biggest lesson from the summer. In the beginning, I was very resistant to embarking on, but it's actually one that I wouldn't change and one that we'll probably remember for a long time.